Hey everybody, TR with the third and final installment on the Polish a Turd guitar for the day. It ain't great, but it's better than it was, and it was 25 bucks, and hopefully it will find a happy home with somebody that wants to learn to play the guitar. Stay tuned. So anyhow, the idea with this is chips, dings, scratches, bangs, everything wrong with it that there possibly could be. Cheap guitar to begin with. So, and not mine. My son's fiance is trying to flip it and make a buck. So anyways, couldn't put any money into it. The only thing I did is one of the tone knobs kept falling off, so I went into my parts bin and tone knob off of another piece of crap guitar, and there was no switch tip, and I found a cheap switch tip. Believe it or not, the electronics worked. All the pickups, pots aren't even scratchy. So she worked. So what I did, if you remember, the pick guard was painted. I scraped all the paint off. Well, it's going to be pretty hard to get that pick guard back looking like it should. I mean, I suppose I could have sanded it right down to the plastic, but I want this thing to look like it's been beat up and really well used and relicked, if you would. But I didn't want it to look like somebody painted it with a paintbrush without taking the parts off it, which is what had happened. So, fortunately, because of the paint underneath being gray, I have these spots where I sanded my paint off to reveal what's underneath, which is gray, so it looks like primer showing through. You can see wood grain in the back. I didn't fill anything. Letting the wood grain show, letting it be what it is in all of its glory. The headstock and neck has dents and bangs in it, and I'm just letting it be the relic it is. But frets are perfect. No buzzes, no fretting out. There was like a tiny little dent or two. Did polish them. Yeah, you kind of see it if you look really hard. You can find the one. But at some point, somebody had played the crap out of this. But also somebody didn't know what they were doing, got their hands on it. Strings weren't wound around the posts. They were just stuck through and turned. It's like, hey, guess what? Newsflash, these aren't locking tuners, but that's how it was strung. The high E string wasn't even up through the trim block. It was up under the saddle and over, so who knows? But I'm hoping it finds a good home with somebody that will rock it and love it. I'd play that. Wife binge watching Better Call Saul. Michael McKean. He's brilliant. David St. Hubbins. This girl is a great big word. Something like that. Anyways. What else did I do to it? Put a shim in the neck so I can make it play. So I got string action at specs. I got the neck relief pretty much at specs. I mean, is there plenty still wrong with it? Well, hell yeah, there is. I'm sitting here looking and seeing where I can see a space where the neck doesn't even sit even with the body in the neck pocket. And at first I thought, well, gee, that just needs to be tightened down better. And then I realized that it's one of the surfaces is irregular, and that's why there's a space there. But it works. So my story, and I'm sticking to it. I want to say it's the pocket that's the problem, not the heel of the neck. But this one corner right here, I can see a little daylight, and everything else is pulled tight. Okay, well, I hope you kind of got a kick out of it, and there's what we ended up with. Well used and abused looking, but plays perfectly. Naturally, it's been intonated too. Kind of stays in tune. TRO.